Baba Apple Heart Last in Cuba. Your Atmalan Gano.
Sumit will start at 10.
Okay, we'll start, right?
Yeah, because otherwise it's not fair for us to keep the
Yeah.
people who came on time also on hold.
Yeah. Understand.
Sumit, shall we start then?
Okay, we'll start, right?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry that we kept you 10 minutes at the start itself. But however, we thought, starting a little late is better than, again, explaining the thing. So let me welcome all of you on behalf of the Federation of Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Sri Lanka and Airport and Aviation Services Sri Lanka Private Limited. So these about actually Dr. Sumit. He is the in charge of marketing at Airport and Aviation Limited, who is also ex-chamber person, who was the Gold Chamber CEO before. So on his request, we thought we will, circulate this mail to the prospective members, and we circulated almost all the members, but that happened end of last week, and we thought, we will have a Zoom meeting and try to explain, because whoever who's there, who's interested for this project, they will have many questions and many things to clarify from the authorities. So that's the whole idea of this meeting. And thank you for joining. And without much of ado, the present business climate in Sri Lanka is not good. But only thing is, we can't just wait if that is not good. As chambers, we should take some action to remedy the situation. So we have many issues in Sri Lanka, mainly with regard to the policy. So therefore, there is a issue in the foreign direct investment coming to Sri Lanka and things like that. But however it is, there should be some start. I believe this venture, the aviation business ventures at the Hambantota can spark this and bring some benefits to Sri Lankans. And so let me invite Dr. Sumit to take the lead and explain the project. And after that, you all can make notes. And eventually, at the end of the presentation, we can go for a question and answer session. Whoever who has questions, you can raise them and get clarified from Dr. Sumit. Okay, over to you, Dr. Sumit.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kirti Gunawardhan, the Chairman of Federation of Chambers of Commerce Sri Lanka, and giving us this opportunity actually to partner with you, Airport and Aviation Services, and together to do something positive for the country and for the industry as well. And with just thought of after having a discussion with Mr. Kirti last week, just to raise awareness among our chamber leaders in the country about our new project that we have embarked on, and then just to educate you and then take this message to the prospective investors and seek your support actually to develop our country, and then even it can benefit you all as well as investors. That is why we thought of having this very short discussion. And before moving on this further, I will just share with you one small clip about our airport.
time for adventure. An adventure into the wilderness. To be one with the earth and experience a lifestyle unlike any other. It's time for discovery. To discover new frontiers, new passions, and new relationships that will redefine you forever. It's time to get started. To start a new journey, one that demands only your imagination to explore the beautiful island. It's time to hustle, to connect to all parts of the island as you conquer the world right from the doorsteps of a booming and thriving nation. It's time to enjoy, to find your excitement and embrace the new beginnings waiting for you out there. It's time for new beginnings. To feel the bittersweet bliss of a new destination, a new journey.
We're not getting out of this one.
It's time to find yourself, to revive your senses and feel the ultimate peace as it pinds down each point of your mind, body, and soul. It's time for memories, memories that will fill your stories forever. It's time to explore the diverse lifestyle, the unconditional warmth, and the countless thrills of what the next adventure holds for you. It's time for Sri Lanka. The most exotic tourist destination calls you to begin your dive into paradise.
I got you on my shoulders. You are the one that we need. I am the one to struggle over the highest mountain.
Welcome to the Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport, where exotic adventures await.
Okay, thank you very much for watching our small clip on our beautiful airport, Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport. I will use my language both in Sinhala and English and make we all comfortable and make it a little bit informal as well. අපගේ මාතෘකාව තමයි ඇත්තටම මත්තල රාජපක්ෂ ජාත්‍යන්තර ගුවන්තොටුපළට ආයෝජන අවස්ථා ඇති කිරීම සඳහා විශේෂයෙන්ම කැබිනට් අනුමැතිය ඇතිව කමිටුවක් පත් කරලා ඒ සම්බන්ධව ගුවන්තොටුපළ සහ ගුවන් සේවා ශ්‍රී ලංකා පුද්ගලික සමාගමත් ඒ වගේම වරාය සහ ගුවන් සේවා වරාය නාවික සහ ගුවන් සේවා අමාත්‍යාංශය එකබද්ධව මේ ව්‍යාපෘතිය ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ විශේෂයෙන්ම අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ ආයෝජකයන්ගෙන් දේශීය සහ විදේශීය වශයෙන් විවිධ ව්‍යාපෘති සඳහා ආයෝජන සඳහා ව්‍යාපෘති වාර්තාවන් ව්‍යාපෘති යෝජනාවන් අපි ආයාචනා කර සිටීම නැත්නම් අපි කියනවා invitation for the expressions of EOI expression of interest කියලා අපි කතා කරන්නේ සිංහලෙන් ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් ඒ නිසා අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා මේ වැඩසටහන තුලින් ලංකාවට ආයෝජන අවස්ථාවන් මත්තලට පුළුවන් තරම් ආකර්ෂණය කරගන්න. Right, so to talk about Mattala, basically I think you know that we are the airport operator and then civil aviation service provider for all the airlines coming to the country. Airport and Aviation Services is the fully government-owned company, and that is a registered company as a private entity, but it is managed and owned by is owned by the government, but we manage the entire airports in the country. We have 5 international airports that basically BIA, Mattala, Jaffna, Ratmalane, Petticolo, and so on. So Mattala is coming under our purview as well. That Mattala basically people talk about a lot of things about Mattala. We opened in 2013 the first airport the second airport actually in the country for international operations. And we have the capacity of 1 million passengers, and then we have the terminal floor area of this square meters 10,000, and plus we have 10 parking bays basically, and cargo terminal area of 5,000 square meters, and then having the capacity of handling 45,000 metric ton per annum. And we have the fire and rescue services. They are established under the category 10. These are basic details that anyone can get those details through our website, or even we can share this presentation to you later for your understanding. So I'll not go into detail in each slide here, but I will take you through in the or touching on the main important areas that we are located here strategically, that within 4 hours time we can reach many parts of the world, and within 6 to 8 hours we can reach other parts of the world as well. I think more than 1/3 of the world population we can reach within 4 hours when you look at our country, how we strategically located. And even the airport is located at an area where it is surrounded by a lot of other wild parks, and then the beautiful beaches, and then ideally located with the climate situation in Hambantota as well. So why we say that is exotic tourism destination? Because we try to look at in attracting the airlines to the country. And I will not talk about that particular business model here, because we are really here to talk about the expression of interest for Mattala. And you can see how it is located. It is very, close to other tourism, top tourism destination in the country like Masikuda, and then other beaches and the wildlife or bird sanctuaries, whatever that you name it. I don't want to explain that much because you are very familiar than me. If you look at the southern province, basically we have, in our research, we found that there are around 30 classified hotels, out of which we have 8 5-star hotels. And it has a room capacity of, if you look at the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority figures, it has around 12,500 room capacity in the 3 districts, basically. That has a lot of potential to offer to the tourists, actually. And if you look at the tourist attractions to these locations in the area, Madunagala, Veeravilla, Hambantota Beach, I have given here in the table, and all are very much closer to this airport. That means you can actually reach there within less than 2.5 hours to the top of the tourist attraction in the down south, actually. And further, if you look at the hotel distances from Mattala, so this is how we are located, basically. The Bird Scenery Leisure Resort, Best Life Eco Resort, and so on, we have given here. These hotels are very much closer to Mattala, that you can see the time that we have taken, 40 minutes to, sometimes, 20 minutes time that we can reach the hotel very easily. That means less than 1 hour that we can reach these hotels that in our research we found, right? That is a great advantage also for the tourists who are coming there even now. Russians, we are, getting there through Red Wings. So they go to these places pretty often. If you look at the tourist arrivals in the country, that we can see there's a significant growth when you look at the 2022 and then 2021. Basically, we were hit drastically by the global pandemic last 3 years, 2020, 21 and 22 even. And 22, we were recovering, we were starting to recover. And if you look at the figures right now, that we can see there's a growth of the tourism industry in the country, that we get a lot of tourists coming into the country in the first 6 months. So we have the figures up to May. And if you look at the numbers, you can see Mattala as well. If you look at Mattala from 2013, that you can see international passenger movements, how it has varied. Actually, we started in 2021 with a campaign. It really worked well. And 2020 basically, but unfortunately again COVID, we were affected by the COVID pandemic, and then we couldn't do much. And then during the period of 2015 to 2019, it was almost neglected as an airport. And you can see the passenger numbers that we have handled in 2023 up to April. You can see the total number of passengers we have handled, 45,936 passengers, and almost we had aircraft movements over 200 at the airport. And in our figures, that we can understand that can be one of the best figures in the next 6 months to come, because we will expect that more charter operations and charter schedule operations to Mattala as well. And these are technical details of the airport. I will not go through much detail, but you know that we have the code F compliance runway with that length, 3,500 meters length and 75 meters in width. And we have 10 parking bays for the airlines to park. And we have facilities in the terminal. Total floor area is 16,000 and we can handle 1 million passengers there. And we have 12 check-in counters and all the formalities, all the facilities, medical. So we run this airport as 24/7 airport, night operation including, right? And then we have all the facilities to run as an airport as well. I think you have seen that many diversions also took place during the bad weather situations in the last few months. If you look at the cargo also, we have cargo terminal of 5,000 square meters, 45,000 metric ton cargo per annum handling capacity in that terminal, where we have all the facilities there to run, to operate cargo. And other facilities, you know, basically water, power, telecommunication, aviation fuel, waste, water disposal, solid waste management, everything is available there. Then our company is taking care of all the key aspects of all these activities to maintain as per the international regulatory bodies or their compliances. And actually, now we come to the subject matter. So what we thought of actually inviting proposals from the international community and the local community to invest at Mattala for these operations. One is, we call it as maintenance, repair and overhaul. It's called MRO. And MRO support services. That is basically to actually repair the aircraft. To know that in the world, MRO services are widely available in every part of the world. And at BIA, Sri Lankan Airlines is doing that. And then what we want is that actually to attract investors to Mattala. Of course, I'm happy to share with you that basically we have already received around 2 proposals for MRO. That is a really good achievement. Even before this, tender floated, we got these 2 proposals. And another one is flying schools and even aerospace engineering schools that we are expecting proposals. If any investor is interested to assess the situation, and they can send us the proposal. Aircraft spares manufacturing and storage services also we can provide. And we have fixed base operation, basically that is to attract corporate jets and other charter flights or whatever. And if any operator is willing, that we have invited FBOs to Mattala as well. And even long-term parking of aircraft. And this is another very important area, which is renewable energy, that our country is heading towards renewable energy, and where we talk about solar panels and all. So therefore, Mattala is abundant with the sunlight, and then the ideal climate situation is very conducive for this sort of business. So that's why we have thought of inviting proposals. Actually, when we had one pre-bid meeting recently, and then where we also got some good interest from several investors actually on this particular project, where we can facilitate if there is any investor who is willing to invest for solar panels or renewable energy sources, we can facilitate Mattala as well. We can give the land. And resort, hotels and hospitality. It is also a very important area to understand, where we have allocated land, where you can invest your money to a hotel and you can create it as a separate destination for the tourist with a different business model. And industrial parks, manufacturing, packaging, warehousing, we are also encouraging that aspect as well, because if you look at Mattala, where we have a lot of agriculture activities happening around the area, where we can couple with those local community and their business activities as well. Logistics services, warehousing, freight forwarding, courier services, transportation, etc. We are also looking proposal in that aspect as well. So under these areas, actually, we have called proposals for prospective investors really. And so we have 198 hectares. In other words, 489 acres we have allocated for this particular investment. මේ ආයෝජන සඳහා අපි ඇත්තටම හෙක්ටයාර් 198ක් වෙන් කරලා තියෙනවා Mattala අපේ රාජපක්ෂ ගුවන්තොට පොළ තුල. ඒ තුලින් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන මේ ඉඩම් අපි වෙන් කරලා ඒ ආයෝජකයන්ට ඒ අවස්ථාව ලබා දෙන්න ඒ වගේ ආයෝජනය කරන්න. so that we expect that prospective operator or investor will enter into a lease agreement with us. අපි හිතනවා lease agreement එකක් අපිත් එක්ක යාලා sign කරයි. ඊට පස්සේ අපි කොහොමද මේ land එක දෙන්නේ යාලට යාගේ proposal එක අනුව ඒක 1-to-1 සාකච්ඡා කරලා අපිට proposal එක Tamanට අවශ්‍ය විදියට තමන්ගේ business model එක අනුව ගලපා ගැනීමේ හැකියාව තියෙනවා. බැලුවොත් එහෙම අපි area available කියන එක අපි land එක කොච්චර තියෙනවද කියන එක ඔබට පේනවා මේ සටහන අනුව areas 9ක් යටතේ අපි zones වෙන් කරලා තියෙනවා අපේ භූමිය. ඒ වගේම කොච්චර හෙක්ටාර් ප්‍රමාණයක් අපි ඒවට සඳහා වෙන් කරලා තියෙනවද? සහ කොච්චර කාලයක් අපි ඒක lease වශයෙන් අපි දෙන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවද අදාළ investor කියන එක. For example, MRO that we are expecting 30 years of lease and we have 27 hectares. Flying school 17 hectares, 10 years lease. Logistic 19 hectares, 20 year lease. Logistic services, zone 3 also there, 22 hectares available, 20 years of lease. Hotels and resorts, 30 hectares available, 30 years we are expecting for the lease. Industrial parks, 53 hectares, and then we have 30 years. Renewable energy, 1 hectare, and then 30 years. Aircraft spares manufacturing, 29 hectares available, and we expect 10 years of lease, and so on. Actually, these are that we have identified the locations in our vicinity that where you can also go and visit if you want. If any investor also available with you that you can take them there, we can facilitate. If you look at the map of our airport, it's like this. Basically, you can see where we have identified the locations, the land areas for prospective investments like zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and it goes like that. Here, if you look at the zone 1, this is for the resort, hotels, and hospitality that I explained to you earlier. This is the site that we have allocated land. It is very close to the airport, actually, within the airport vicinity that we have these lands. And this is for the logistic services, zone 2, and zone 4 also here. That is for the industrial park. And MRO facilities, we have 27 hectares allocated there. And we have fixed base operation, 29 hectares available. And so on. So anyway, if you look at this particular map here, that you can see that the airport is right down there. And the zones are very close to the airport and surrounded by the main runway and the main terminal building. And actually, for more information that we have made this EOI document available FOC basis on our website www.airport.lk, where you can just log in and then check there's a pop-up message where you can just click in and you can get the EOI document. And you can submit your proposals on 10th or before 10th July 2023 2 p.m. And site visits, if any investor, if you are interested that to go and see what are the locations where you can invest, and we can facilitate. Actually, our team is ready that we can take you there and facilitate you all. So that is basically our basic introduction about our airport and then our project on the calling of expression of interest for prospective investments. If any question that you're having, please ask me right now. And if I know, I can answer right now. If not, I will actually take down your question and then answer your question and reply your question as well.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit. Now it's time for anyone who needs clarifications, questions, anything you can raise.
අතර බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන මේ අවස්ථාවේ විශේෂ මිස්ටර් කීර්ති මම කියන්න ඕනේ අපේ මානජ මණ්ඩල හරහා පුළුවන් නම් ඔබතුමාලට අපිට සහ අපේ රට උදව්වක් විදියටත් මේ ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඔබතුමාට පුළුවන් නම් මේ පණිවිඩය සමාජගත කරන්න සහ ඔබතුමාලගේ නෙට්වර්ක් එක හරහා ෂෙයා කරන්න. මොකද ඒක ගොඩාක් වැදගත් වෙයි අපිට විශේෂයෙන්ම ආයෝජන අවස්ථාවන් ලබා ගන්න අත්දවා ගන්න රටට.
Dr. Sumit.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Whole chamber.
Go to
appreciate
yes. Thank you.
if you could share your presentation with us. This is very
Absolutely.
important.
I will.
This is a very important presentation.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I can see very less participant. So there are very interested parties. I can see there are a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I can share
Yeah.
within our groups. Okay.
Absolutely. Very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate really. I'm very happy
this is
about that. And then
and
I
you
will share the presentation.
please, because your explanation is very important, very clear. So appreciate you can share with us so that we can distribute to our interested parties. Thank you once again.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate. And then actually we will share this presentation with you, and you can text your maybe email address here in the chat box if possible.
Or else you can, yeah,
And
sure.
I will send my email address as well. At the
Thank
same
you.
time, if you see that any potential investor that you having, we are ready to conduct a kind of a Zoom session or whatever session anytime like
Yeah.
this, even in the future as well. Let us know that we can do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sumit, you can share with me. I will put it on our website also. And
That's great.
if anyone wants, then they can go and see there. And we have this recording also. Probably we can convert to a YouTube session and put it there also.
That's great. Even you have a lot of foreign contacts with your foreign chambers of commerce, for example.
Yes.
Where you can, I request your support actually to get our message across to those people as well.
Sure. We'll do that.
Even I talked to the DG of the BOI today morning, and then they are very supportive, and then they will also take the same lead as well.
Okay.
And then today is actually we have some days to go ahead, and 26th June today we have another around 14 days.
Yeah, since we thought,
2 weeks.
we will finish it off, since I am also going out of the country. So we fixed this date, it was too short. But however it is, we can pass this information to the others. And now that, we have the recording and, your presentation. So anyone interested, we can pass it on. And
Absolutely.
Mr. Deepal Nelson, who the president of the National Chamber, is here. Deepal, do you have anything to clarify here?
Yeah, what will you actually, we were not much ready with the whole thing today. So we will also circulate with through among our members as well once we get this presentation.
That's great.
So we'll try to support in all these events basically.
Yeah, and I will WhatsApp the presentation to Mr. Kirti as well, where you can freely share among your prospective investors and give my number and ask anyone to contact me, and we can support. Our team is there. Even today we have, I didn't invite many of our senior management here to join, but there are a few other senior management officers here. They are very supportive in this initiative because we want to make a very positive impact to the country as well anyhow. Actually, I want to just enlighten you. Basically, we have now identified one investor for aircraft recycling and assembly that also being under discussion, and the 90% of that is done. And then we are now waiting for the customs and BOI and the other few approvals actually for the environment authority and etc. And we'll be embarking on that project as well for Mattala. That's the first investment that we are really tapping on.
Anybody else has any questions? We can take it up now.
Good morning, Mr. Keith and Mr. Sumit. I am Silan from Hamantara Chamber.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, Tilak, go ahead.
Yeah, so as a Hamantara Chamber, we would like to work together with closely with Mattala Airport, and other than the businesses what explained by Mr. Sumit here. And I think as a region chamber, we have we believe that we have a lot of business opportunities as a local businessman. So we will keep in touch with you, and we will discuss with you furthermore for the details.
Absolutely. So I have given my email address here. Also, I'll text my WhatsApp number as well, where you can contact me.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, one other area can be of interest to many investors is the environment area and the solar power generation.
Yeah.
It's a ideal place, which has a very good weather to produce solar. And
Yeah.
now, even though there is local interest very high, there are green bonds and many facilities with regard to this environment protection area and solar power area. I think
Yeah.
that can be quite a lucrative area. Even if there are bankers around here, they also can look at this opportunity and pass that information to their clients. So that's how it should work. And that will bring in a lot of benefits to Sri Lanka also, to become a country which is more eco-friendly and environment-friendly country. So that's another area that I would like to highlight here.
Absolutely, you're very correct, Mr. Kirti. And even I just want to introduce our Deputy Head of Electricals here, joining here for this session, Mr. Aruna Panagoda.
Yeah.
He's our Deputy Head of Electrical Engineering, and we, as a company, also we are now stepping into solar power, and then he is working on different projects to projects on actual renewable energy. Mr. Aruna, are you there?
Yeah, Dr. Sumit, I'm here. So
Yeah.
Thank you for giving the introduction on me. And actually, we thought to have, because we are going to have the airport, that this is not just like the other places. So we have to be concerned on the reflection, and also initially we are thinking to have that we introduce the solar park in our car park area. That is, we have the so many discussions with Civil Aviation Authority, pilots, and also this is the best place to introduce a solar panel for the airport. So this is going to be a pilot kind of project for the MRIA, and based on the results that we are having, and the prospective bidders can do their proposals, what are the best ways. Initially, we thought to develop the solar panels with the car park, so they can build their business on, because they will have to have kind of initial investment and for the building the structure. So with that, they can have that kind of commercial proposal. So as a pilot one, we introduce a car park because the land is the airport. They have dedicated business proposals in our master plan. So this is our basic or the pilot project. So with that, we are going to introduce solar to the airport, and based on the viability, we can go ahead and at the site visit, if the prospective bidders have kind of their proposals, they can come with that. So I think, Mr. Sumit, that's it, and we will see with the proposals, I think.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So finally, I think if no questions, Mr. Keith, we appreciate your effort actually as the Federation of Chambers of Commerce in Sri Lanka. And even honestly, I believe as a Sri Lankan, even all the chambers, we have National Chamber of Commerce, and I'm happy to see a Gold Chamber of Commerce there. We all as Sri Lankan citizens, even we work as one team, and then at least if we can together bring even one investor to this particular project, will be a really great achievement. That is my intention, purely for the country, and as a person also coming from deep south as well.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit. I believe, that is the way that, every one of us has to think. If the country has gone down, we have to find ways to come up also. So that's a moral responsibility of chambers. That's why
Indeed.
I thought, I will even with whatever the numbers that we will have, then we will have some information. Now we can share with many of members. Actually, I got many calls and messages saying, Monday being a day after the weekend, that everyone has fixed meetings in the morning. So we will share that information, and if there's anything that we will come back to you, Dr. Sumit. Then thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
I believe so. This kind of things will take some message out about the opportunities available. So these the thing that as chambers that we can do. So let us together do something best for our country. And
Yeah, can I add something also 1 minute?
please.
Yeah, and then also as a, I see this as a beginning of opportunities, basically to work very closely with the Federation of Chambers of Commerce and other chambers of commerce in the country as well, because we have airports all around. Especially Jaffna, we have Alliance coming to Jaffna now, right now, and then you have Mattala, we have Colombo, and whatever you want to get things done through our airports, and let us know. And you have delegations coming, like Mr. Keithil mentioned last week to me, for example, to welcome them. So we have a lot of opportunities, because when it comes to tourism or investments, or think of other business models that we can work out together to reach the business community, help them, think of any innovative idea, bring them here to us, and then I will talk to our senior management, our chairman, and then we will actually work very closely together with the Federation of Chambers of Commerce and other chambers of commerce. Thank you. And let me know anytime that you want to do a presentation of this nature. We'll be there at any time. I will do, because we want to get this done anyhow. Thank you. And I appreciate your participation.
Thanks, Sumit. Then,
Thank you.
so let me thank everyone who took time on Monday morning to join with us. And thank you so much. And please pass this information. And, in this forum, I can see that, there are construction companies and, many kind of variety of people and chamber members, all of them can, pass this message to others. And thank you for participating. And wish you a nice day.
Thanks, Keithy. Thank you.
Okay, thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Take
you
care.
so much once again.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thanks, Mr.
Bye.
Keithy.
All our chamber colleagues, special thanks to you, and with short notice joining with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's
Good to see you all.
Thank you once again.
See you, Salia. See you,
See you,
Tila.
yes, sir. Thank you. We'll see you once again.
Bye.